Nah, it was very simple. So I think this is Gunther because of the spoon thing, and I think he had, as most of the time, he has reasons to punish this woman for haughtiness, I believe. I don't particularly. How can I word this? Agree with the idea that anybody that's wealthy necessarily has to be generous or compassionate or nice. You can even be a douche, as far as I'm concerned. You just don't have to put your hands on people. Like, be whatever you want, just don't hurt other people. You can also say what you want because, well, I have a thick skin, some people don't, whatever. I don't think it's right to berate, though, and I think that this woman made the mistake of berating this beggar at some point. Then there is all that custom and stuff. I don't know, guys, I'm not convinced. Has she shown any remorse for the people she actually killed? Yeah, those lines are blurry, but again, except for that 3 bodies that were in there, I didn't see any other bodies. So maybe she killed those people at the very beginning of her career as a white. And maybe afterwards she just stopped because she understood that it wasn't working. So maybe time changed her, or maybe she just gave up on that. I don't know. Even better, maybe her family actually stopped sending people because nobody was coming back. Rather not go into it.
Curses are tricky. They play on irony. Always gotta figure out what the catch is. Marlena had spent decades looking for a way to lift it. Transformed into a white, she stole spoons and lured folk into her home, trying each time to get them to dine with her. Didn't work.
So what did?
Someone had to sit down and share a meal with her, of their own free will. They had to eat without using spoons, and make her look at her reflection.
That's it? That was all it required?
Simplest solutions are sometimes the last that come to mind. Besides, when you're a white, it's pretty damn hard to find willing human company for a feast.
I imagine so. But, most importantly, it is now over. Please, don't worry. She will be in good hands here.
Well, this wasn't a particularly difficult curse to figure out. I'm surprised she didn't figure it out, because it was kind of easy. I think her problem was that she couldn't get anybody to willingly come to her once she showed her appearance. At the beginning she was contacting people by letter, but I suppose that's when she was still somewhat human and hairy, and that's where it began and where it ended. Also, hundreds of years have passed, so now everybody that's related to her is probably dead. Or in Kovir, but they wouldn't remember her, would they? I mean, it's so easy how she was conveniently forgotten and left, isn't it? I don't know.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
Marlene? Where are you? You need to go away from here. I mean, maybe she had all this time to repent. Still, she was conscious, guys, when she lured these people. She wanted at all costs to break the curse. And she was killing people, and she was conscious she was killing people, unless those were accidents, right? Now, I had my fun breaking that curse, but she needs to go. Well, I bet she's gonna be gone by the next time, in a couple of days or whatever. She should pay me for breaking her curse. Ah, look at this is dawn. Beautiful. So Gunther is not gonna show. I hoped. I took the challenge because I hoped maybe Gunther was gonna show up, but I'm sad. I don't think it depends on what choices you make, but let's pretend this is the case. Because last time I saw Gunther, I told him that I didn't want to have anything to do with him ever, so... Right, Geralt? Be careful what you wish for. What? Ah, okay, no, I thought that there was an enemy. So, here I am. We are reporting back to Regis. It's the same day. Wow, look at how beautiful this looks. I know it's a cemetery, but yeah, I like them. It can't be helped. I find them very peaceful. Because everybody's dead. No, really, some people like them, some people don't. I do. Let's... I think he would probably send us to another chase, because... I don't remember. Didn't we have to... Cool. The visuals in this game are so cool. I think we have another ingredient to find, whatever. I don't remember. Ooh, cutscene. Okay.
Think your friend's hand will make for a nice broth?
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from their hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. Raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Wow. I'm sorry, Raven. Like... See, spying on me? Yeah, I mean, I don't think he was spying. He was probably monitoring. I mean, maybe he's gonna turn on me, whatever. But, I mean, Regis is a character I don't know and I am supposed to know. And I don't know how to behave with, really. Sadly. This happens with almost all the characters Geralt knows. Except with Dandelion or Trees, because probably I know them from Witcher 1, so it's kind of different, even Zoltan. Oh well, so yeah, spying on me, yeah, I don't want to get there. I keep that in my mind, though.
Pretty helpful creatures. Call on them often?
I try not to overdo it, but they can be so useful, as they were now, when I merely needed to be sure I could arrive in time should things go sour.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned the last ingredient, too. What about that?
That, I fear, might prove troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help.
Yeah.
Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state.
What?
As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition. To make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal.
What?
In brief, madness, rabidity. And that stands to be very, very dangerous.
This is getting stupider by the minute. I thought... Okay. I mean, this would have made so much more sense. I thought he didn't want to help because he felt guilty towards that love, but whatever.
Dangerous? Why? I mean, you'll still be you, right?
No, Geralt.
But I should be highly agitated, in a state of fury. You know better than I that fury cannot be controlled. If you've ever seen an enraged vampire, you know very well that all who find themselves nearby will be in grave danger.
How will we handle that? I'd rather not have you lunge at me, claws extended.
That makes two of us. But worry not. I've thought it through very thoroughly. Details to follow soon.
I can't. This is getting buffier and buffier. In the Buffy sense.
Alright, so what do you want to do?
We shall visit Tesha Mudna, an ancient vampire estate. There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined. You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
I'm sorry. Okay, needed to prepare, I think, is to break this quest apart, which I don't have any reason to do right now. I mean, I have some Witcher contracts that I left if I want to record eventually. Standard Witcher contracts. But I think I'm going forward with this for a bit.
Tesha Mudna. What's it like?
It is a place of torment. A torture chamber. Long ago, shortly after we'd arrived in this world, one among us named Kagmar developed such a taste and lust for human blood that in one night he could imbibe an entire village. This brought trouble on the entire species. Common folk wearied quickly of living in constant fear. They began to hunt us, seek the aid of mages and witches in tracking us down.
So what? Not like they could ever hope to kill you.
But they were bothersome. Forgive the comparison, but when did you last enjoy mosquitoes buzzing around your head? In any case, the other vampires decided something had to be done. Kagmar had to be caught and punished. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons of Tesha Mudna. Inside it, a cage made entirely of a special alloy of silver, dalvinite, and meteorite steel. Kagmar was captured and locked in the cage. Sat there over 2 centuries, driven to fury time after time, never able to escape. Thus I know the cage will withstand the fury to which we shall drive my humble being.
I love it! The fury to which we shall drive my humble being. He uses some expressions that are quite endearing somehow, but a bit weird. I mean, I'm the one who's talking, yeah. So I don't get it, alright? They wanted to dispose of Kagmar, right? Couldn't they just kill him? Why did they set up a torture chamber? Cheesy.
See no reason to dawdle. Tesha Mudna. Take me there.
In a moment. Just one last thing.
What?
What was that?
Blood. Oh, the last favor the Raven did me. I've also taken some Sangurium, a solution that sharpens one's sense of smell. One drop of blood shall smell like a gallon to me now.
You're crazy? You're a recovering addict.
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt. But you must remain calm. I had no choice.
Are you sure you had no choice?
As things stand, the die is cast. High time we set off for Tesha Mudna. My head's spinning already, and you're starting to smell quite tasty.
And you're starting to scare me.
Couldn't you bring those potions with you and then drink them in the cage? I been here? No. Oh! Here they come.
We have arrived. The sacrificial chamber of torture and torment lies underground.
My god. Sure you want this? Well, we don't have a choice, right? I'm gonna ask him though.
Sure you know what you're doing?
I can only hope I do. Please, let's go. The longer we delay, the less control I shall have of my faculties. I'd really prefer not to hurt you.
Why didn't you take the potions here, man? I'm sorry.
You lead.
What?
Scurvers must be getting close to their feeding ground.
Correct. I told you there'd be danger. Beyond this wall lies...
An ancient vampire dungeon. Seen a lot of things in my time. Nothing quite like this, though.
I feel honored. A man with such a wealth of experience, yet I'm about to show him something new. Now, to open it.
How the hell?
It's an ancient form of protection against unwanted guests. The mechanism which releases the latch reacts only to a higher vampire's blood.
Tricky mechanisms, a vampire hideout. Fortified, secured. Must have been important to your species once, Toussaint.
It shall always be so. During the conjunction, the gate from our world into this one opened upon this land and no other. This was the first place we saw.
Ah, yeah. You know why? I mean, this is getting cheesier and cheesier, but I was wondering, I mean, it's okay, it's a game, but I was wondering how this infamous dungeon was right here in Toussaint with all the world, you know, available. Like right here, yeah, because we are having the game here, but okay, he gave me, that was nice because he gave me a rational explanation. It's always welcome, you know, rationality. It makes everything better. What are you doing? Regis the Minor changed a bit since he drank some blood, didn't it? Ooh. Human husbandry and care, we are gonna read this.
Human husbandry and care? This for real?
The author observed humans, their behavior, over the many years he spent breeding them. Morally suspect though it may be, it's a thorough survey of the topic.
The most important aspect of raising human livestock is to provide the herd with the condition that, on the one hand, guarantee their survival, but on the other hand, do not extend too far beyond the minimum needed for that survival. I don't know, this is weirdly familiar right now. It should be borne in mind that people are creatures bestowed with great intelligence. Are they? I would say quite the contrary. It's really easy to herd them up. Or rather cunning and instincts that allow them to gain as much as possible from their environment. Yeah, well, maybe. Once upon a time, in this kind of environment, you know, medieval, yeah, maybe. More ingenious than now, for sure. In terms of husbandry, this means humans will always try to obtain more than we give them. It is recommended, therefore, to provide each individual with a place to sleep, a meal twice a day, and permanent access to water. This condition, which might seem overly luxurious to some, ensure the optimal production of high-quality hemoglobin. More details on diet in later chapters. Also essential is access to air, without which humans die within minutes. Yeah, because I don't think vampires would die without hair. Yeah, because they're already dead now, are they? I don't know, vampire lore differs a lot in every fantasy franchise, whatever. There is no need to be concerned about the ability for human livestock to multiply in the conditions described above. If they are ensured a minimal existence and male and females are mixed, they will copulate irrespective of whether they are in captivity or not. Yeah, I can imagine that. It is worth mentioning here that there is a school of thought that suggests treating human livestock with greater freedom and care, including providing them with better quality fodder and a certain degree of freedom. This allegedly ensures a great amount of favorable elements in the blood and makes it tastier. However, it is worth mentioning that this method of husbandry is much more difficult and requires emotional bonding techniques, which will be discussed in the following chapter. But, okay, so this was a dungeon. For what? For vampires. Where they were punishing an evil vampire, but they were also using it for human husbandry and care? Because maybe they had some humans. You know, they keep some humans for themselves. So, I don't know. Lore gets lost a bit in here. You know, Regis, there's a frigging chest in your cemetery that, Regis, exactly like this one, that doesn't open. Champion of Teshamut, no? Whatever. I am he who serves the tribe. Exalted above man, I renounce human weakness. Uplifted above man, I become a keeper of my flock. Filled with strength, I turn my sword against the enemies of the tribe. I am master and slave. I am executor of the will of the tribe. I accept this sword and this armor so I may serve the tribe. Vampire armor. I'm gonna take a look at this. Not as good as... Oh, Lord. Cool. Why do I have... Ah, yeah, I haven't sold anything. I can't see the sword very well, Geralt. I'm missing parts, though, I think, the boots and... nice armor. It looks very Nilfgaardian, though, bro. It's alright. It looks a bit like... some parts just look like the Bram Stoker's Dracula's red armor.
This place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the air.
Yes. Great many beings have breathed their last here.
So this was a dungeon for vampires, for misbehaving vampires, right? A prison. Well, vampires were self-policing themselves, which is risky, but okay, good. Is there sky? I can't see. Shouldn't I save? Just to be sure.
Glyphs are carved into the rock. Coated with blood used to be. They mean something?
They're emblems, symbols of, well, what you would call tribes, dispersed throughout the world after the conjunction. My ancestors placed them here to remind us all where we came from.
cool. Is this one different? Oh, this one's cool. This one has a snake. Oh, okay, I examined it, but...
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the Tedet. Those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
Okay. The first time I examined it, Garrett got silent and slightly confused. Battery cage versus free-range humans. I'm for free-range humans. They're healthier usually.
Seems your kind assembled a peculiar little library.
Indeed. Though I personally did not lay a hand to it.
Well, you see, it depends how vampires were used to, what were used to when they were in their sphere before the conjunction. Because if it was normal for them to consume humans and then they came here and humans were like, you know, maybe in their sphere humans weren't free at all. They were just like, I don't know, chickens. Here they are free and they revolted against them. Sort of. You never know. Anyway, I'm not gonna read it because I think that's just stuff that we don't need to know right now. Oh, ooh, that's an helmet? I mean, I'm gonna read it for myself, but if it's not functional to the quest, I'm gonna leave it out. I'm certainly gonna read it for myself. But where is the... Is it a mask? Ah, it is a mask. This looks like a fun set, but I'm not going to use it now. Okay, we have two symbols, both very cool.
Cells. Who for?
Ah, disgraceful. Excruciatingly so, this particular page from our history. I'd rather not summon the demons of the past if it's all right with you.
Well, Geralt, they're either for humans or other vampires that misbehaved. This is always the same symbol, isn't it? This is new. Geralt? Yeah, he does that. Can't you...
Whose is this glyph?
Amaran. They ventured beyond the sea.
Okay, that's what I wanted. Why doesn't he inspect them immediately? I bet this is just more of the same.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham. My tribe, and Deadlouse. We both remained in this part of the world.
Okay, yeah, nothing new here. Did I hear a beast? Oh, there's a doll. Yeah, this probably was a child. Maybe, I don't know. At this point for them it was very normal, so I'm not saying I approve of it, but you know, they have to eat too. Though, you see, it doesn't work because it's not like they need to drink blood. So you see, it doesn't work, at least not with me. If you don't need to drink blood, you didn't need to do this as well. Unless you mean to somewhat constantly being drunk, sort of. I don't agree with the blood being like alcohol and the vampire don't need to necessarily have it. I don't know, guys. It doesn't work for me. Hey, stop with this. It's bothering me. What is it? Oh, okay. It's one of the cages, maybe. Or a door. transcript of a conversation with a lower being.